Thanks for supporting the channel by clicking the links in the description box. And thank you so much for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And now let's get into this podversation. Hey, what's up, guys? We're going to have a podversation about Tanya Sam, or Tanya, I believe is how she pronounces her name, from The Real Housewives of Atlanta. She was not a cast member, but she was a friend to the show for the past few seasons. Well, Tanya and Portia Williams, they were caught up in a rumor scandal. I mean, we don't know if it's true or not, but it was reported last month by Love B. Scott that Cynthia Bailey, she had her bachelorette party in Charleston, South Carolina, and the show was not being filmed during that time, but she had some live male entertainment, and they're saying that even though they were not filming, there was some noises that the mic caught, and this has been the rumor. And it was reported that Portia Williams and Tanya Sam were involved with the possible situation with the male stripper because they were all in the room together. Well, Portia and Tanya, they've pretty much denied that any of that happened. Portia, really in a roundabout way, she didn't really just come out and say, no, this is a lie, this isn't true. But she did, I guess, some posts on her Instagram account, and primarily her Instagram stories, where she was just kind of making jokes about it, and so she didn't really make it seem like it was a big deal, but she didn't come out and just say, no, this is not true. But the male stripper who was involved in the situation, he actually came out and made a quick snippet video on his Instagram account, and he said that it was a lie, but he also went on to promote his brand, and he said, I'm not just a male stripper, I'm the stripper. And he was pretty much using that as an opportunity to promote himself, but I guess, hey, you got to get it where you can. So that's what he said. He said it's not true. And hey, if he said that it's not true and they say that it's not true, none of us were there, so we don't really know. But these reality shows, that's what they do. And especially The Real Housewives, and especially Atlanta. It is about the drama. And Tanya, when she came on the show, she came on as a friend of Nene's, who isn't in this upcoming season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta anyway. But she came on as a friend to Nene, and Nene, as we've seen her do to a number of people over the years when she's been on the show, she is your friend, and she's wanting you really to be there for her more than she's there for you. And when Tanya made some comments that I guess she thought was kind of slick, then she kind of just dismantled that friendship, and she was really rude to Tanya at that reunion of that season. That was a couple of seasons ago. I believe that was season 11. And anyway, Tanya, she comes across as a really light-hearted, bubbly, fun girl. She just wants to have fun. She's kind of goofy. I can understand it. I can get it. Not everybody is the same. We're not a monolith. Just because we're black doesn't mean everybody reads or is telling somebody off or is getting somebody together or is, a hot girl or, just the different labels that they like to put on, especially a lot of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Tanya, she was like a little bit of a breath of fresh air because she just came across a little bit differently than those ladies. But here's the thing, because she stopped filming mid-season, so she just decided that she wasn't going to film anymore. And they're saying that she wasn't happy with the way things were being produced and promoting the scandal, the so-called scandal that she says and she denied happened. And she also didn't like the way that in the last season there was this woman who they called the Cookie Lady, who came out and said that Tanya's fiance was flirting with her, and also he said that he was single. So I believe she feels that this is something that the show played up to be something bigger than it actually was, and she felt like this was something that she didn't sign up for. That could be true. She may not have signed up to be involved in some mess and some drama like that, and she just wanted to be the fun girl, wanted to be the friend. And even Marlo, even though she has never been a peach holder and she's a friend to the show, and she has been a friend on the show for many, many seasons, I feel like they got more in Tanya's personal business than they ever have with Marlo. There, of course, have been rumors about Marlo and how she gets her money, how she makes her money, how she lives the way that she lives. And there have been rumors, but nothing has really been concrete and founded. And of course, yeah, they've talked about the many, many mugshots that she has, but she's talked about it herself. She's like, check my charges. So she isn't really trying to hide that either. So when I say all of that, I'm saying that I don't believe that Tanya was really ready for what reality has to bring. See, the thing about the Real Housewives franchise, for those of you who haven't watched the Real Housewives from the very beginning, it started with the Real Housewives of Orange County. To be honest with you, when it started, it was pretty boring. And we know shows change, shows evolve, shows make additions and different things to keep the watchers and the viewers interested. But the Real Housewives was something to just, it was about life behind the gates, the gated communities of the Real Housewives of Orange County. That's what the show was about. So it really was supposed to be about real life women who are living a really amazing lifestyle and just seeing how these people live on a regular everyday basis. And that's why they called it the Real Housewives, because it was supposed to be a play off of the Desperate Housewives. The show, the series that used to come on years ago, which I never watched the Desperate Housewives, but I was interested in the Real Housewives just because I was interested. I was like, what's this about? But again, it was pretty mundane. It was not all of the drama that you see now, but there were real life situations that were being caught on camera with these women. I'm trying to remember everyone's names, guys, so please forgive me. I'm not reading off of a script. This is all coming off of the dome. But and this has been many years since the show started coming on. But there was a housewife who was divorced, and she was working for one of the other housewives who was on the show, who was Vicki Gunvalson. Vicki Gunvalson had her insurance agency that she actually at the time she had out of her home, but it was her business. She was running it, she was operating it. She had this other housewife that was working there in her business, in her firm. She pretty much gave her an opportunity because she needed it, because she was going through this divorce with her husband, and she had two teenage kids, but she had two kids. And then later on in other seasons, the same woman, she wound up getting married to a guy who was really wealthy. One of her children, her son, he was dealing with drug abuse issues and just a lot of different things. So these were things that were actually caught on camera. There was another housewife of Orange County. Her name was Gina Keel. She used to be a former Playboy model. She has, it was many years earlier, so over the years her body has metamorphosized. She has gotten older, things have changed. Her husband was not, the way he was when they were married, and he just really seemed disinterested, and it was just a lot to seeing those dynamics. And then they wound up, going through a divorce. And then of course there's Vicki Gunvalson, who was married for the second time. She had her business. They were living really great. Like, it was just a lot of different things that they were showing where it was just real life stuff. It wasn't anything that was played up. There was no drama that was made up for the cameras, but they caught real life things that were going on, and people get interested in that stuff. They get hooked. It's almost like a train wreck. You can't help but look at it, even though it's, it's not a good thing to sit there and view it, but you can't help yourself because to see real life people going through situations that are hard, that may be horrible. Like, people just get hooked on watching that stuff. So when the producers of The Real Housewives figure out that this formula is actually working, then they want to bring other people on that are going to play up the drama and, you know, and play things up like that. So Tanya, her leaving The Real Housewives of Atlanta, I believe that she just wanted to have a fun time. She wanted to do the dinners and the lunches and the trips, the girls' trips and all of those different things like that. But you can't continue to be involved in shows like this and think that there's not going to be any drama involved. And they say that nothing happened with the male stripper, but maybe something did happen with the male stripper and they're denying it. Maybe nothing happened with the male stripper and it was just something between Tanya and Portia and they were all in the room together. We don't know. I am thinking that something may have happened. Maybe it didn't involve the stripper, but I'm thinking something happened, and we'll figure it out. I guess we'll see. I don't know what they're going to air when the show winds up on the network and it's showing, and we see what happens. Like they say, watch what happens. We will see. But Tanya, she really wasn't ready for reality. She wasn't ready for the reality of the reality show world, because she wanted the shine from it. She wanted the recognition from being on the show. She wanted to have the fun and do the trips and the parties and and those different things like that, which is nothing wrong with that if that's what she wanted. But I don't know if she just didn't watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta when she was in Canada or not, but like, this is what this show is about, especially now. It just is what it is. So we'll see what happened, I guess. I'm not sure if they're going to show anything, but I just believe that she really didn't want to have anything else jeopardize the relationship that she has with her fiance. I don't know if they'll ever get married, because they're saying that they've been engaged for a while now, but she's a successful businesswoman. She really doesn't need the show anymore because she's gotten the exposure from it already. So those who have already watched the show and who will watch previous seasons later on, they'll see who she is. And so she's gotten really what she really needed from it, if she needed anything from it. But I feel like she didn't really need much from it. She just really wanted to be a part, be a friend, and have fun, but not with this type of show, girl. This is the wrong place for it. So yeah, she really wasn't ready for reality, and they said that she's probably not going to be filming the season reunion when it's time to do that. So who knows what's going to be said. Nothing else may be said about her moving forward, but then again, they possibly may, especially depending on the terms of how she quit and how she left. And when you do that, you leave it up to the editors to narrate your situation. And honestly, they can't really use what you don't give them. If you give them that, then they have the ability to use it if they want to. So we'll see. But you guys let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section. Do you feel that Tanya just really wasn't ready for reality? Do you feel that she was just using it for more of a boost or a come up and she got what she needed from it and now she's like peacing out? Or do you feel that she just feels betrayed and they're spinning a story and spinning a narrative of something that didn't really happen to gain more ratings and more viewers, and she just doesn't want to be used that way? You guys let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section.